Hey guys, what's going on? It's Don here from Novaspirit Tech and welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to be checking out a portable air conditioner from EnjoyCool. So let's get started. First, I want to thank EnjoyCool for sending this over to me for review. This is still currently being backed right now, so I will leave a link to everything we talked about down in the description below. Because I recently got this unit and the promotion is still going on right now, I haven't had a chance to do real world testing, which is like bring it out to a campsite or bring it into my shed or anything to really test this unit out. So that video will actually come later in the future when I had more chances to play around with this in those environments. But I am going to give you all the information you need to know about this portable air conditioner. So first off, we have two sides to this. There's the front side where the AC blows out from, and then you have a top control panel. In the back, you have an inlet and exhaust, a power, and then also the water outlet. Now there's also a secondary inlet right onto the side over here where it takes the air and then blows it out through the front. The opposite side also has that grill, but it's not really used for anything. The unit itself is about 14 pounds, so it's actually not too heavy. Like I'm holding it with one hand and it's not that bad. The purpose of this device is mainly used for small spaces, like maybe a small shed or something. Camping, that's what they rave about. Maybe just an area to cool you off in. So it's not really made to cool off a studio or a bedroom or something like that. It's just enough to get you cool, but not enough to, like, you know, cool down a house. Now I was also able to power the unit using this battery pack. This is a 110 volt, 1000 watt peak, 500 watt battery pack with 300 watt hours of power. I was able to power the portable air conditioning with this unit itself. What's surprising enough is that I actually have a smaller version, which is 600 peak watt, and I was able to power the air conditioning with this, but this has like almost next to no. I could probably run it for half an hour before this battery dies over here, but it does run. And the reason behind that is because of the design of how it operates. Now I'm going to jump into the website and kind of talk down all the specs that they have and then go through what I've experienced. Now on the main website over here, like I said, I'm going to leave the link down in the description below. We're going to go through the quick specs over here. So I've actually heard of Zero Breeze and I've seen this device before. I've never actually had a chance to test it, but we're going to be comparing the units to the other ones. First off, it starts off at $699, which is a lot cheaper than the $1,000 Zero Breeze. The BTUs, which is almost the same, it's exactly the same. If anything, it's actually slightly larger than that one. This claims to be 2300 and this is 2380. Now I don't have any way of testing that. I cannot confirm if it's 2380, but it does blow really cold. Now the biggest part of this would be the 240 watt. This is 240 watt, this says it's 210 watt, and this is 1000 watts. Now the 240 watts is standard operating wattage. Now when you first turn it on, it does take like a 10-minute ramp up. Actually, I think it's less, but it's a 10-minute ramp up from 0 watts all the way up to 270 at most that I've ever seen, like 270 or 280, like it peaks over there, then it comes back down. So it's kind of, it ramps up and then goes back down to the operating wattage. Now the operating wattage that I've noticed, if you just leave it on regular fan mode, or the cool mode, is 230 to 240 watt, which is right within their working power. It's dead on in there. You can still adjust the fans to F1, F2, and F3 and play around with it, but normal operating wattage is right around 240. Now, the cool part is that there's different operation modes. So if you're on sleep mode or the lowest fan, it actually pulls it down to 170 watts, which considerably takes a lot less power, and you could run your battery pack for a lot longer on low settings. And then there's this cool mode or the strong mode that they claim. This mode actually ramps up everything from the fan to the compressor all the way up to 270 watts and keeps it around like 270 to 280 with the highest fan settings and the compressor at its max. So technically there are like 3 settings: the 170 at sleep mode or the lowest fan mode. Then you have the normal operations, which is F2 and F3 fan mode on normal operations, which is 240 watts. And then you have the strong mode, which kicks everything up to 270. Now the operations of this in either mode, in sleep mode and in normal mode, is semi-quiet. It's not too bad and tolerable, but once you hit to the highest mark, which is a strong mode, you will hear the fans a lot louder and everything else. So just keep that in mind, but it's much quieter than a normal window AC unit. Now, they do claim that their core compressor is a Panasonic, which all the other brands don't mention what they are. They have an add-on battery, which you can see over here as it advertised. It's a little thing that goes on the bottom that lasts for 5 hours, and the extended battery runtime 7 hours. Now, there are 4 different modes. Technically, there are 4. I claim 3, but there's a fan mode. So yeah, technically there is the 3 AC modes and then the fan mode. It weighs about 14 pounds, which is true. And the size of this is 20 by 10 by almost 10 inches. And then you also get free extended battery cable and a 2-year warranty. Okay, the reason why I'm actually able to use these on battery packs and it doesn't peak it, because the compressor slowly surges up. And I think that's a huge deal, especially if you don't have something very strong to power it. Yeah, it works very well. There are situations that you could use it for is for RVs, which makes sense. I don't have an RV, but if I did, I would probably put it in there. For fishing, I don't know how that would work, but I'm guessing if you put it next to your side and you could just have it blowing towards you. Adventures, I'm guessing, is camping, garage, or shed. That's what I'm actually planning to use this on, because I'm building my shed with a solar panel and everything. So I was actually going to use this portable air conditioner for the shed. So my workshop would be semi-cool. Cooling pets, camping would be the same as outdoor activities. Truck drivers, actually did not even think about this. If your AC is not working inside the cabin and you have inverter, yeah, truck drivers. So they have a few videos from other people, but what I'm more interested in is the breakout of that. You see how it opens up? So you do have everything, and it's very little components. It's not that many, but you do have the Panasonic compressor right in the middle of everything, and that's how it operates. You see how all these videos go? So here's the battery pack that I was scrolling around and trying to look for, which is 1,000 watt-hour battery pack. So 1,000 watt-hours, and if this runs on normal operating wattage, which is 240 wattage, you would probably get about 4, maybe 5 hours out of it, because once it hits a desired temperature, the compressor actually drops back down to the low settings. So yes, you might be able to get 5 hours out of this. There is another pack that they sell that sells 2 batteries that could probably take it up to 7 hours, I guess. And if you are using in low mode, like our sleep mode with 170 watt, you could get definitely a lot more time out of that. So the battery pack snaps on. I don't have one to test, but it's supposed to rotate on. And I would be interested to be testing one of these in the future if I am able to get my hands on one. But otherwise, another thing that I was going to mention is the back. You do have these connectors that go into the front and the back. It's like these plastic little trims. So the front one, I would highly recommend putting it in the front, just because the way it's designed, the fan just blows all over the place. This kind of like centers it out, so you actually get the fan coming through. And they also come with a few tubing where you could actually just aim it towards where you want to go. Now, the back also has the plastic trims, and it also comes with 2 extra tubing, so you could actually have an inlet and outlet pointing outside of the tent or outside of the environment that you're in, so you don't heat up the same environment. The thing about that is, this portable air conditioner does not have a filter. So let me see if I can find a good picture of the back. Maybe I just saw one. Okay, over here. So there's an inlet and an outlet. So the left one is an inlet and the right one is an outlet. So the right one blows out hot air, and this one takes in the outside air and then cools off the compressor or the condenser. So in that case, this doesn't have a filter. So if you're using this for camping and you have this pointed out like the filter outside or sucking outside air, you might catch a bug or two. So I would recommend trying to figure out how to put a filter on here, because that is bound to happen. I could guarantee it. Bugs will just get sucked in at night because they see some sort of like noise or light, and it's just going to get caught in the machine. So I highly recommend not placing the AC unit outside like they have it. Let me see if they have a preview of it. Oh, right here. I wouldn't recommend putting this outside of the tent and having the blowers go in. I would actually throw the whole unit inside the tent just so you don't catch any bugs and stuff, because the water does drain and bugs love water. It's just a whole thing. It's gonna get really dirty if you keep it outside. Also on the side vents, it sucks in fresh air to blow the blower in. It's gonna suck up a bug too. So just keep in mind, like this side vent over here. There is no filters on this, which I highly recommend trying to find a way to put a filter on. That's my only gripe about this unit. If I'm going to throw it in my shed, I will keep the unit inside, have the vent go outside, and then, I don't have to worry about bugs getting caught inside or the hot air being trapped. It's fine that way. Just don't leave it outside like how they have it set up this way. Another thing about this is that it doesn't have like a cutout for a window. This is not purposely made for a house, so it doesn't have like, when you buy a portable AC, it has these cutouts so the AC could go in and no bugs could come out and you could close the window on there. This doesn't have it, so I recommend bringing like a paper box, cutting out 2 holes, and then you could just shape to whatever fitment you need if you are planning to use this inside or indoors or somewhere where it does have a window. So I recommend getting a paper box. Otherwise, I am done with this. I do find that this unit does cool off a decent area. I'm in this room right here and it's about 83 degrees at all times, and this unit does go down to almost 64 degrees, 65 degrees, blowing out cold air. If I had this right next to me facing me, I would feel cool, and this little area would be cool, so it will be able to do what it claims. Anyway, that is it for me, guys. I will be publishing more videos about this unit as soon as I get a camping trip going on at the end of the year, and then I'll let you guys know how it worked or a more detailed report about it. Otherwise, that is all the information that I could give you. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you guys have any questions, leave it down in the comments below. And as we say in the Nerd Cave, hack till it hurts.